Hello, good evening. Bit of an impromptu choice. I wasn't sure if I was going to stream tonight, but I am hopelessly addicted to Magic the Gathering and managed to get. I'm not really addicted, I just enjoy the game and want to get 4 wins as often as I can. And so finally got my 4 wins and then decided to play Blueprints again. So we're gonna see how it goes. It has been long enough that I'm starting to lose my random access memory of things that are important to this game. So we're hoping to keep as much of that as we can. I should be able to stream more consistently coming up soon. And so I'm hoping that I can, have another good binge stream of Blueprints while still also playing all the other games that I want to keep playing. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Things I'm still trying to do. I really desperately just need to force getting the power hammer somehow. It'd be cool if I could do that today. There's still a bunch of rooms I've never drafted. There are obviously the big goal of getting all the Sanctum keys. It also occurred to me that I could, as far as I'm aware, you don't need the basement key to reopen the basement door every time. So I could proactively go open room 46 and then be able to get in and get the Blueprints crown on demand, essentially. It occurred to me that I hadn't been doing that. Obviously, it's a use of steps. I'm not going to call it a waste of steps yet, but it's a use of steps that I don't always want to commit to. But okay, so I did add the schoolhouse, I think. I don't remember. Draft. I don't know if I wrote down which rooms I added. I think I might not have added the schoolhouse, because I think I've only added the Stellarium and... Goodness gracious, why can't I remember? Can't check my directory, can I? Yeah. I don't think it's gonna kill me to drop the schoolhouse, especially if I can get the dormitory in a good spot. Root cellar, a lot of good upsides. If I can get a shovel early, shelter obviously is good to get things like gymnasium out of the way if it shows up early. I'm gonna go for the shelter. Also because it gives me an extra gem. That's consistently gems are still an issue for me. I bought a bunch of books in the last stream. I remember getting a ton of money from various things. Always okay. I always feel bad, like, making this a dead-end spot. Because parlors, that's what the parlor would do here. But I think I want to save the hallway for later. That's not true. gotta be here then, right? Yeah. It's this weird balance. You gotta not overthink, but also overthink every one of those. I don't know. They're cool. They're not my favorite. So we can just cut this off. Get keys, which is good. Just do that because it's easy. And the nursery is so good. It's a great thing to stick in a corner and just forget about. And it looks like there isn't anything on the table there, so it might not even be worth entering the room. But I could be wrong, so we're just going to do it anyway. And there's a rabbit foot, so yeah. Good thing that I didn't trust my eyes. With the nursery, I am just going to go down and see. And if I can open room 46, I am going to go do that. Because if this door stays locked, then that's one thing. But I tried the door in the well and it wasn't locked. Yeah, okay, so confirmation on that. I don't know if the Alien Ship Hosting is watching, but that was something they had said to me, that it closed again every time, that you had to get the key. Definitively, it's not true. So if that stopped you before, then don't let it hold you up in the future. One of the things I think is great about this game is that it was such a magnificent moment to first encounter this room, and now it's still cool, don't get me wrong, but like the magnificence of it is now in the grander puzzle that it represents. And then the game hopefully will have a nice conclusion once all of these doors get opened. And that is cool, in my opinion. That's very cool. Man, that was a lot of steps, though. It's like 12 steps to get down into the basement and back up, just arbitrarily. Good to know. The sneakers, obviously, are the solution to that. Okay. I kind of wish I could move my foundation just like 2 or 3 ranks up. We could get the commissary. I think that's actually a good call. Because I have allowance, which I have not had much of. Couple for sure. I don't want to buy a salt shaker. Just for them extra good steps. But like a gem. Fine, I'll buy this one. Twist my arm. I did just get a shovel, and so courtyard could be good. I was hoping, obviously, for the sledgehammer, not the metal detector, but metal detector's fine. Salt paying off. This is terrible. It's awful. Miserable choice. Don't have the blessing of the gambler. all of these are good rooms to draft at this point. Drawing room gives me redraws, which is great. Security gives me access to a couple of things. I want the gallery because I want to look at those puzzles again. Then let's put security here. Nothing. Let's make sure it's offline. And we'll put security to medium, or to low for now, I mean. Then we get the breaker box, we can... I'm gonna go back down and draft the right side now. And also dig up the courtyard, or the spots here. Two turnips, 14 is pretty good. Holy cow, salt paying off big time. No, we don't need to go there. Don't think I need the kitchen. I'm gonna go, well, I kind of want the kitchen eventually. I'm gonna go with the pantry for now, because I don't want to spend too many gems early. Miserable choices. 10. Perfect, thank you. 2 lucky dice, holy cow. And a treasure map? Oh, rabbit's foot. You've done me so well. Okay, so let's try to get to rank 5. This is also awful, but I think the terrace is a good enough reason. Take it. We'll see if I ever manage to draft all the rooms in the house. Again, these are awful. I don't know why it's trying to force these rooms on me. I don't want to draft the passageway in such a bad spot. Where did I get back up to 21 points? Holy cow. I could just drop the guest bedroom here and then go back around, and because I'm not missing out on much at that point. So I guess I actually will do dead end that. Get a magnifying glass. So I think we're pretty set on steps for this run, which is good. And I can always come back and buy keys or gems if needed. Pool could be good. Corridor, I think, is a little bit nicer. Just because the way it's rotated. Okay. Man. clutch hallway, I think. I don't think the pool itself was a power source. Because I kind of, the mailroom's good, but I really don't want to block off, with the terrace, it would be such a shame to block off all of these potential green rooms off the side. Could do the patio. The patio also has the other big spot marked that I need to investigate. But I could just draft the chapel and get both access to more rooms. But I could also just set up for tomorrow and drop the mailroom. That could be good too. I don't even know. Yeah, whatever. Got saying view this one. Still have the treasure map, so I can still get that, and that's fine. Let's see what we get. Such a long sound effect, like. Okay, that's pretty cool. Need something to spend the coins on. Did read that already. Doesn't look like there's anything else in here. So, fingers crossed that package tomorrow is good for cutting off those rooms. So I'm still sheltered. I kind of really want to see if I can melt the freezer, but I don't know if the furnace will actually do that. And I kind of suspect I would need the furnace connected to the boiler room to do so. Gymnasium keeps things connected, so I think I might go for that. Because I think I'm still sheltered. Yeah. Rumpus room. Very big, very tempting. It means that I'm desperate for a thing to connect on that side to go up, though. But I think another trip to Elzara is good enough cause for that expenditure. Car keys. Who needs heckin'? I mean, I still haven't actually use the upgrade disc in the car. Where are my coins? There they are. And two more. And two more. Okay. So let me get my Rumpus Room page up. Fortune. Again, apologies for the very loud sounds of my typing.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I hear the pattering steps of children running in the forest. The joyful echoes of laughter in the courtyard. I see an old man sitting in an even older chair. A seed that has served many generations, each with their own stories, each with their own secrets, each with their own endings, but all in the same chair. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing.
Okay, so is there something with that chair that I've missed? I mean, I'll check it out next time in the drafting studio, but I think I'm gonna go down to security and draft up from there. Wow, so many small coins. Two trunks? Is Vegeta gonna show up? We'll go corridor here. I don't love using it when it could be unlocked on the other side, but I think getting to a conference room is pretty good. Conference room's pretty good. Apple. Trophy room. Small room. Both of you would be cool. I haven't been to the trophy room, and it's not going to lose me gem. Let's go to the trophy room. I have 104 pages, mostly consisting of pictures, which is making it hard to find a good spot to put new things in my notes. Look at all those gems. That's kind of a cool effect. A hat. So that's a chair. I have but the one trophy so far. Nope. Oh, those are not my trophies, I guess. Trophy list. I think a recorder. Fireplace. Okay, so it's basically just a trophy room. Nothing huge here. Okay, well, I mean, 8 gems is 8 gems. West Wing Hall. That's fine. Again, not exciting, not ideal, but it's something, and it keeps the day going. Unlike these rooms, holy cow. guess I can spare green room, but I only have the one key. It's kind of scary, honestly. Yeah. Kind of scary. Library could be huge. Patio could be huge. I think library is the go. It's the pick. Because A, I have a book to read, and B, connecting to rare rooms is good. I'm just going to check because it's going to be locked. Yeah, so we're just boned. But I can go back to the commissary, buy a couple of keys, so that's fine. Okay, the actual history of Arindia. Are you ready? Ahera to Eraha. I mean, those are what's the word? Anagrams of each other. So I'm guessing that it's relevant that it is from those to those. Okay. Okay, so I've got the redacted version up. Forward. Arindia was once the name used to designate the realms of the Eastern Waters. Though the term is no longer employed in the halls of politics, nor commonly known to the average citizen, its memory flickers in the hearts of those who hail from the lands that it once encompassed. Many of the elder generation in hushed circles still refer to themselves as Arindians. Yet, we must not let the flame of our history dwindle into the obscurity of whispered conversations, nor permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon the name of our land. Let's keep alive the embers of our past and preserve them for generations yet to come. I'm just going to screenshot all of the uncensored pages. One, Ahera. Most historians mark the beginning of the First Era, often denoted as Ahera, by the ascension of the first king of Arindia, whose name, Oris, would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Oris was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the first century, the black banners of Arindia could be seen fluttering in every hamlet and hostelry along every thoroughfare from Oris all the way to the western banks. A new kingdom was born. Second era. Okay, so let's see what's redacted here. It was the fourth king of Arindia is redacted, who split this vast domain into 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. The eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift and called his new realm, accepted the gift and then redacted, and called his new realm Arindia Ares after the angelic paragon of royalty, Arindia. The youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of storms, that is not redacted. Yeah. And then, while an untamed expanse, which at the time was not developed, but a great deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot, and to his middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Eraha, the mystical realm of the ancestors, redacted, a land steeped in tradition, magic, and the poetry of the old tongue. On the first page, nothing serious is redacted. As the Second Era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands, and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives, and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the Third Era was defined, redacted, by the construction of a vast network of railways that spanned the length and breadth of the land, linking the northern mountains of Arch Ares to the southern shores of Eraha. This development facilitated travel and commerce between the 3 realms, further strengthening the bond, their bond, and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. Redacted, a promise that would unfortunately, as my readers will soon find, not be kept. Yeah, we'll take a picture of this too. I'm sorry, when did you say my baby boy? Was there a... I did not pay attention to that. Who is your baby boy, hey alien ship posting? Okay. Fourth era. I didn't have a picture of this. I know that Desolé, the next second page has a lot that was redacted. But fourth era, as the kingdom of Orindia Ares entered in the fourth era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Desolé III was a king who listened to the voices of all his subjects, from the most influential advisors to the humblest of citizens. He was a king who was often seen among the people, eating, drinking, and conversing, a sight that shocked not only the gentry and the court, but the masses as well. Ah, yes, okay, Vegeta. But the masses as well, who could scarce believe that they, as peasantry, would ever suffer the crown. I do remember that this page was heavily redacted to make King Desolé III look bad. Desolé was renowned as the king of, redacted, the people, and it was therefore a surprise to unredacted no one when he made the decision to move, redacted, the capital from the secluded mountains of Brennington to the public stage of Boris. Leave, unredacted, in castle and court behind. The people were overjoyed by this choice, and, redacted, the city welcomed their king with open arms and great fanfare, yet not all were swayed so easily. There, unredacted, were those that viewed the king's conduct to be unbecoming of his, redacted, station, and were wary of how readily he could be persuaded by the tears and tales of the unredacted common folk. These redacted, dissenting, unredacted voices planted the seed, redacted, of discontent, which took unredacted, which took root in the redacted lawns and gardens of the nobles of Fen, or as I have been instructed to say, the grand city of Fen. So they redacted the so what's the word? Other censorship that was already taking place. Era of ruin. After the passing of King Desolé III, the fourth era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died, redacted, in his old age, surrounded by his people in Oris, far away from the growing unrest among the western city of Fen. Unredacted. On the very next day, the 6th of October, the redacted, self-proclaimed, unredacted, Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a redacted, surprising, unredacted, surprising number of supporters, due to the fact that Desolé IV shared, redacted, his father's good name, but little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Fensurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once the center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of innocence echoed through the city's streets, stained in red. I don't have anything from this next page, so maybe this whole thing was cut out. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together, they leveraged their political influence and favor as to persuade the nearby realms of Arch Ares and Nuance to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried 1 in every 3 men. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death he had won, Oris had fallen, and with it the realm. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place, red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen Fen. Few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. Okay, current era had some redactions. Today, the realms inherited by the three, Ben Ares, Arch Ares, and Araha, once again stand united as allies. Though the distance between our peoples has grown, our connection to this land remains as strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span across our realms serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. Redacted. And as those trees continue to grow, so do our hopes for a common future, a future where we are not defined by the colors of the banners we raise, but by that which connects us, a land that we each call home. Unredacted, for this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth with the greatest empire the world has ever seen, the land of our fathers and of our mothers and of our children. Redacted, this land is, after all that has happened, still Arindia, which presumably was also redacted. So that, maybe that has more significance if I knew more than I currently do. Because, like, we've known about Arindia through other means before. Or at least that Arindia exists as a concept. So having redacted all of Arindia doesn't seem all that meaningful, but again, maybe I could be wrong. The black prints, as they were called, being relevantly banned makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. But presumably, again, the crown of Ben Iris, the crown jewels were stolen, and presumably it was Marion Marigold who did it. And the Blue Prince crown is the, like, result of them trying to reclaim their heritage, question mark? Anyway, so we gotta take a long trek back to the commissary. Get some keys. I think I'm gonna buy all three and hope that I don't have anything exceptional, because if it's a bookshop, I'm not that happy. I'll take the bookshop from the library, but I'm looking more for the showroom if possible. And if I can buy the moon pendant, and that's good, and I want that, but yeah, I mean, the other option is the gift shop, which opens up more doors. I think I am going to get trapped at the gift shop just because I want more doors options. I don't think I can afford anything that I don't already have. Okay, so I think we're more safe trying to drop down. More likely that a room won't be locked. Bedroom's okay. I have no reason to get the coat check yet. Again, still, greetings from Reddington. Like, is this something relevant? Of course it is. I've already drafted the Nook. And so, one of my better bets would be to draft up here, hope I can get through here, and get the car, the office, what's the garage that gives me more keys. I mean, the drafting studio is also good. Observatory, I think I have 7 stars. The key is 5, I thought. I think we'll just go for the drafting studio, because that's a win regardless. Gambit of the Queen could actually be relevant here. Um, but also, Mantle of Night could be good. I don't know that the Resilience the Rook matters that much. I don't have the Chapel. I don't want the Chapel. I don't think. So I think we'll just go Gambit of the Queen. Um, I don't know. Maybe that was a mistake. Crazy. I did buy a new clue. I bought all of the books uh, at the bookshop when I was there. I managed to finagle it, so I got all of them. Um, I need the clock tower eventually. I like the idea of the dovecote. I think that could be extremely beneficial. I'm curious about the vestibule. I think I'm gonna go for the dovecote though. I still am like, I have the magnifying glass, so I'm like, do I sit here and just like try to figure it out, or do I go try to be productive in playing the game? Because surely there's gotta be something. Um, because, you know, 8 dates unlock 8 safes. And so I've tried November 7th a number of times, I thought. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Because I've tried every date on the calendar, and I've tried looking at the freaking apples on these trees, trying to deduce numbers from that. Because you know the road divides the apples into four distinct, semi-distinct groups. Um, I remember something about gates. I remember something about gates, and thinking, well, I was like, it was a few days after the stream, and I was like, what was there about gates that was relevant? Because I remember that there were gates on these pictures. Um, And again, I'm paranoid because the little figures standing in these rooms, I want them to mean something. Because this is clearly this room. And this person is standing looking down this way, it looks. And so, like, okay, triangle L, does that mean something? If they're somehow facing the other way, it's just a study room. In the study, the guy is standing in the middle looking at the corner. But it is also, again, unclear what the person is facing. That way or that way. Yeah. Locked, of course it is. That might just be the end of the day then, which sucks because I have 9 gems, but you know, it is the house we drafted, and that's okay. We got the rumpus room, which is, you know, good. I'll check out the chair in the drafting room, whatever it is called. This is the drafting studio. Drawing room. Yeah. I still haven't found room 8, which presumably, you know, draft on rank 8, and that's one of the trophies. Okay, yeah, I think we're SOL. We call it a day. We did get, again, we got a lot of gems that day. So maybe I don't need to be as stressed about getting them. Amateur lockpick kit and a brass compass. Both of those are pretty good. I don't have an offering, so I think we're gonna go to the shrine. Hegelian shitposting. Do you have a good knowledge of what kinds of blessings I can get with what kind of coin amount? Because the blessing of the gamble is still pretty good in a world where I want to use the showroom. And get a lot of good things in the showroom. But because I could do the Coryard again to get additional copies of the Coryard. And that's a bunch of unlocked rooms that I can pretty much guarantee. I have a list from the library of all the blessings of the shrine. Because the blessing of the berry picker is pretty good. We're picking rare stuff. Blessing of the chef can give you a lot of extra steps with spreading things. Blessing of the monk is pretty good too. So I could just try a random number. I don't want the blessing of the general. Tinkerer, okay. So that's... We'll just have to see if we can prioritize the laboratory. I mean, everyone you've told me to do has been accurate. I have 7 stars. I'm gonna leave that apple for now. Because that's what I was hoping for, is the observatory. But also want access to this room. Yeah, I would feel much more comfortable doing the garden one if I had not been a moron and I had gotten the upgrade to give the garden gems, 2 gems every time you draft it. That would be so easy. So easy. I don't know what room I would want from the secret passage here. Like a green room could be good. I don't know. I can't decide. Watering can's pretty good. Honestly, both of these are kind of tempting. But so is the bedroom. So that's an okay spot for the bedroom. So I want the keys, but I don't want to just shut this avenue off. Security could be big. Commissary could be big. bedroom could be a good spot for the bedroom. It just depends on what else I draft. I kind of still want to go back down here. Sledgehammer. Definitely worth it. Yeah. I think we're just gonna draft the guest bedroom here, actually. Maybe I could have gone for the chapel, and maybe that would have been a better choice, but... I'm gonna go back down, because there's the trunks in the... or the trunk in the den. Kind of dropped over this side, see if I can fill out that area. Fill water the can. I mean, that workshop though, very tempting. We need the broken lever. We need the coat checked. But I mean, I think I want the hallway first. Pray that we get the workshop again. I mean, so I did pick the classroom. Okay, that's good. It's good to know for sure. I mean, let's just have it just in case, you know. We're gonna take the parlor here because I want the kitchen to refill my watering can. I think the parlor because it gives us continued access to this side of the house, and hopefully gives us more gems as long as I'm not an idiot, you know. This box is state that can't be true. If its statement is false. The statement is true as the, so I think it's true, true, false. Yeah. Good. I'm hoping that the dining room comes up again later. Furnace, okay. I think we go with the drawing room here. We want to be able to re-roll and we want to check out that chair. Because, like, this is extremely suspicious that there is a fireplace with no fire. Okay, like, having that in that picture that I've never noticed before. So coming in here at 9:15, maybe that would do something. So, depending on if this pillow is removable, that chair might not be this chair. It could be. That could just be a generic ass chair. Tough to say. Pump room, we have the pool, and that could give us a bunch of 2 trunks, which is pretty good. Boudoir doesn't orient well. Chapel doesn't really orient well. It could redraw. I think we're gonna do pump room. We can put the pool in the fountain again. And then just come back and empty the fountain again when we're done. And again, if we get the broken lever and the workshop, we are abandoning everything else for this run just to make that hammer and stick in the coat check. I am actually tempted to put the gymnasium here just to give us the left room access. I could also put the closet here. I don't think you can get the heckin' broken lever from the closet. And we have the drawing room to keep going up on this side. Again, the other hesitation is the gymnasium. This is the path I would likely take to get back to the coat check rather than going around. It all depends on the kinds of rooms I get, but yeah. If I put the closet here, there's a chance I could just draft back up out from the pool. That's a slim chance, mind you. And I could always do the corridor and just avoid the question, essentially. And we'll do the corridor and avoid the question, essentially. Let's go draft this up room first. I mean, greenhouse is good, and that would also benefit us if we get the power hammer. I could also redraw. I'm going to redraw. I haven't drafted too many bedrooms yet, and so I think the nursery is a good call here. There's also a chance that this is not a good call. Like, I don't know. It's always hard to say until the house drafts out. No, I wanted that to be a right corridor too. I could just take the passageway, but this would be a good spot for it. The bedroom would make it less painful to go in and out, in and out. I think we're going to gamble on the bedroom here. And I mean, I'm really hoping that the passageway is available here because I didn't pick it in this spot. I'm hoping that it is. Oh no, security, why are you rotated like that? You bastard! Oh, you prick! that's disgusting. I can't draft the workshop here. I can't. But it could, like, because sometimes the broken lever is in the workshop. Do I bank it all on that chance? I'm a coward. I think I am, since this is the new way onward, I'm going to go back and draft these in the, which again, it's so inefficient, but it is what it is, and I can go buy stuff at the kitchen before going into the chapel. I'll buy a club sandwich for sure. The chef salad is so not worth it right now. The other benefit is, of course, getting access to these two trunks. That is a lot of gems. Holy cow. Attic, baby? Can we put the attic in a dead end here? I kind of want the observatory, but definitely not boudoir. Okay. I don't know if it's the right call. I really don't know. I was right, 8 was the key, so I could have done that last time, but... See, now I feel bad. Now I feel like I should have done the workshop there. I think gymnasium here is okay. I can save the passageway for a different place. And that's what I was also hoping for, was the sneakers, because it's going to help punish me even less for these arduous treks across Mount Holly. I think Pool Hall is a good call, because maybe that'll give me a key card. If I can solve the frickin' math puzzle, I'm sick of these already. 3 minus 10 times 20? I've forgotten the colors. Seven times 2 divided by 3. No, shoot. 7 minus 2 times 3. Times 2 minus 3. What the heck? Blue add, red multiply, yellow subtract? So 5 times 4 minus 5. Thank you for the refresher. Bummed that I didn't get a heckin' key card, but oh look, a key card. Ha! You're joking about the orange cosine, yeah? Yeah, okay. Cool. Sneakers, you're really not helping me out here. Sneakers? Sneakers, come on, fam. Thank you. Come on, Sneakers, you're useless. You're useless. Oh my goodness, you're so bad. What even is the point of having the Sneakers if they're gonna do you dirty like that? Okay, well. Oh, thank you for working the bedroom, Sneakers. I still haven't found any item like those candles, but I know they can be lit for sure now, more than just a suspicion. Of course I can't pick this lock. Okay. I kind of like the office. Obviously not dormitory. It's either office or classroom. But I think the classroom also gives me the most redraws, and that could be the best pick. But I think I'm going to take the office. Because I opened this safe and I wanted to flex. Because I don't think Pick Alien Shitposting watched the stream live when I opened it. I just want to demonstrate that it's there and opened. Security. Security is obviously the pick here, but oh, I do have a key card. Duh. Okay, so let's up security. I think we just have to get it at this point. Like, the laboratory is also tempting. Again, the laboratory is very tempting because of the security features that I want. Or the mechanic thing that triggers every time I drop the gear house. But like, do I just get the workshop at this point after putting it off for so long? It doesn't cut my run short. I could get the dining room, which hedges my bets. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. That's definitely not the broken lever. It is the broken lever. Holy cow! Ah! So, yeah, now we abandon everything and go pick that up. I'm just trying to make sure I don't run out of steps, you know? I've still got a couple of bedrooms I can draft at this point. Let's draft this room first and see what we got. Oh, look, a bunch of bedrooms. But I think the passageway is perfect because that gives us the most opportunities to draft more rooms. Yeah, we're gonna go make the power hammer. Finally. And we're praying that the frickin' sneakers do me any frickin' good. Useless. Useless item. Oh, thank you. For what? Garbage. Garbage. Garbage sneakers. I hate the sneakers. Frickin' betrayed. So many wasted steps. Holy frickin'. I have never been this unlucky with the frickin' sneakers. This is their job. It is to justify these long, wasteful trips. Oh my goodness. What a useless piece of trash. Anyway, I don't know why my throat has suddenly started getting. Okay. I will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 steps to get to the coat check. So, the other question, this could give me money. This could give me a bunch of rare rooms. I kind of want to take the rook, because then I can almost guarantee I can draft the greenhouse in one of the corners of my house. The other option is I have enough gems that I could draft the armory, but I couldn't buy anything because I have no coins. I mean, I think it would. I think it would make a good short. I was just trying to decide whether I actually wanted to swear at these freaking shoes or not. I kind of want to see the armory. Where did my mouse go? I kind of want to see the armory, but I can't imagine getting anything good out of it. So I think I am going to take the rook. And let's go down this side. It's really disappointing. I wanted to have these, but it does let me get to the corner. Okay. The vault. That's also kind of tempting. All of these are tempting rooms, especially given the current setup. But again, we're trying for the green room, the greenhouse, or any other room that has a wall to break down. The bunk room would give me a bunch of steps. It would help justify the atrocity that was those shoes. But it would also be kind of giving up. Again, I'd like to think that the wine cellar has a wall I can break down. I don't know that it does. I don't know that it doesn't. I looked, I didn't see anything that looked like it. But again, it's just the side bit here that makes me think that there might be something. I really don't need the gems, and so I'd almost rather take the attic. Um, yeah, I don't know. I could also just take the music room because there's one of the sanctum keys, ostensibly, if you draft it late, is a major key. And so I could draft this and potentially get a major key, one of the sanctum keys. And that would also justify the trip back down. I think I'm gonna just go for it. I'm a little bit of a coward here, but yeah. That was the hope. It paid off. We are gonna draft over here. Dining room is big, but bunk room gives me more steps. So I think I'm just gonna put the bunk room here. And more bananas. I guess the bunk room doesn't give me more steps without the bananas, but whatever. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Bad call. Okay. Gift shop could be big because it connects to the antechamber. Secret passage. I think I'm gonna go with the gift shop. Because again, we're trying to draft as much of this house as we can at this point before we crash out. But look, oh look, miserable, terrible, horrible, freaking bad, awful. I hate this game. We can go sit at the gallery for a bit. I think that's probably the best call here. Oh well, we got one sanctum key and we have the power hammer in the coat check. Break down this wall. Okay. So you said you have the cuffs and the eye ones. I think alien ship posting. You don't have the 7 deadly sins and the red one. Yeah. Is it obvious when you solve it correctly? Like, is there a clear, like, moment of yeah. Presumably it's not nonsense, right? Presumably it is something that is a title. That's a B, right? The wagons are mirrors of each other, but the clouds are not mirrors. So it is just the wagon. And then the P on top is, it casts a shadow. It kind of looks like um, wagons are slightly off center. Why do you do this? Garbage, garbage. E, E, L, S, M, W, E, C. Okay. So P, T, L, S, M, W, B, C are the only letters the word could start with. Great. Winged. Melody. I feel like the P has to be relevant somehow. Tokens. Portal. Light, but with a PH. I guess that would be 7 letters at that point. Canyon. Canopy. I mean, yeah. I don't want to have to write down all of these letters on a digital notepad because that's going to take a long time and not be fun for viewers to watch. Um, so I'm gonna write letters down on this blank envelope. Because I need to be able to visualize letters to be able to use them effectively. E, E, L, S, M, W, B, C, A, R, E, N, I, E, I, O, U, H, R, E, N, E, S, O, I, B, L, T, H, S, I, K, E, A. You said that last time, and it's not that I don't believe you, it's just that I don't care. With all due respect and appreciation to you as my mod, I just don't care. L, R, C, S, A, E. Oh, I'm low-key also invested in doing this one because it's one you haven't done, and you could benefit from me having completed this one. N, B, G, R, W, E, E. Okay. Because now I can at least look through the letters without having to scroll through them to see, oh, does this idea work? Because seeing this, we can't have any ATEs because there's no T in the second to last slot. We can do EDs and we can do LYs. Because we could do like partly. They're partly the same. But I feel like that would have solved already if it was the case, so... mostly... I also then can look through this list when I'm not playing, too, when I'm bored waiting for something to happen. Okay, so that can't be it. Worker, broker... Castle could be... Solver. There is the option for boring. There is an ing as something that could be done. Boring, losing... Not sewing. Hiring, tying. Nope. Hitting. Catting. Waving. Waving. I don't think there's anything about this that is waving, but that is a possibility. Having. Saving. I mean, we can... there's part of me that thinks the inclusion of the V means that the V is going to be used, which is obviously not guaranteed to be correct in any circumstance, but V is such an interesting letter to put there. So it's not saving. Sunset does count. There is, sunset is a word you can form. So I'm down to try it. So the Red Prince loves red. Loving is a word we can spell. But again, it doesn't do anything about the P is the last, like, concern. Loving, lossing, lucking, awning, luring, lulling, loving, thing. Oh. S. The Room 46 cutscene made me think that it was Simon. We can't spell either Herbie or Simon, unfortunately, because there's no M in the third column, and Simon's a 5-letter word anyway. And Prince doesn't work, or Princess. There's no N in 4 and no S in 6. Aries also is not long enough. Sinclair is too long of a word. Little could be a word. Litany, one of my favorite poems. Hearted. There's only one P in the collection of letters. That's the first letter. Um, oh no. No. So, hydrant, there are a couple of H's. Apple, there are a bunch of A's. Sign, S, there are a bunch of S's. And rose. Moving, again, it doesn't address the P. Like, it would only make sense to address the P somehow. The word presumably has to take into account the fact that it's a big old P on one half of the picture. Um, not losing either, it seems. SOSing, mussing, thing. Wetting would have two T's, witting as well. Writing. That's too long. Wasing. Just checking to see it is not waving. Warring would have two R's. There are only so many words you can have that end in ing with these letters. Citing. There are two places we could have an SH or a TH. Either the first two letters or the second two letters. Mother. You can spell mother. We can't spell father. Mother, Marion Marigold probably doesn't have anything to do with a P. Pather. Pathed. Pithy is too short. Huh. Anyway. Father would work. Buffet. Cath. Cathed. Cafe. Cath. Thaw. We don't have two R's, so it can't just be mirror. I'm at the point of getting jump scared by the stream playing what I just do because I'm a little tired and my brain doesn't know how to process fast motion elsewhere, so I might just call it a day, having gotten the hammer. Silken. No, SL. So that's a V. They're both V's, okay. Handwriting isn't the best, and they look kind of like U's. But I know that this one's a U. You have all 5 vowels here. There's not much that a U could do in this spot. Leaf, wagon, wheel, clouds, big ass P, hills, we don't have an F in the first letter, so it's not float. We could have an SH. I would do like shovel, but that obviously doesn't do anything with the P. It would be very funny if the P was just a red herring, but Writer. Um, I pull up the magnifying glass to look at these? What else is red? If we're assuming that the redness of the objects has something to do with it. We have W, S, A, H, P. Then we don't have like a sixth letter off of, unless it is, the P is the last letter, but there is no P in the last column. But then it could be mirrored, right? P, H, A, S, R, W. Is there any word we can make using all of these letters? There's only one vowel. Assuming that those are the correct ones. Are the only of these hypothetical letters that fits the third column is R. Little sitter. Settle. Siring, technically. Pairing, as in cutting, pairing. Yeah, no ATEs, so no pirate. Photon is a word we can spell, but I don't know that it would matter. Chosen. Shover. Shovel. Choker. Your choice. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Twisted. Wester. Okay. I am getting very tired. I'm guessing Hegelian shitting you haven't had any other inspirational suggestions. I'm gonna give it like 2 more minutes before I just give up and go to sleep. Um, Tinted and pinted. Westley. Westley would be a name, but again, as far as I'm aware, wouldn't make the P matter. Okay. Let's just call it that, I think. I'm just gonna get the letters here, too. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go to sleep. 1, 2, 3. 14. I will solve those eventually. I'm fairly confident. I can't promise, because, you know, there might be circumstances where I can't, but... There is a hypothetical future where I never solved them. Oh, and now the shoes decide to work. I don't think any of these rooms have breakable wall. Yeah. Anyway, that'll be a fun thing to try again. Seeing what we can do with the power hammer. I know of a couple of rooms for sure that need it. Okay, so I could go to the basement first and break that down before putting it away. I think that's probably smart. I should have the steps for that. I'm over 30. Let's go to the basement first, just to rub it in, I guess. Yeah, the game is getting loud to me at this point. That's how tired I am, so... Again, these shoes keep working at just... Anyway. Kaboom! Oh, thanks, shoes. Have to read. Oh, poor people have to sit through me being stumped by that puzzle to get to this bit. Scripts in Rutherford Mining Company, Excavation Department, Foreman's Log 289, date 5.15.1917. Excavation progress is going smoothly, and crew spirits are higher than they have been in weeks. I believe this increased morale is in no small part to the installation of the boiler, which has honestly been a godsend. We now have steam power and no longer have to rely on raw muscle to scrape and heave at clay like dogs. The new steam power hoists and winches are fully operational. We have been able to unearth over 5 times as much sediment per shift as we had been previously excavating. What does it mean? Is this like a connection to the boiler room? Dang straight, it's a shortcut. You bastard. Dang straight, it's a shortcut, you pricks. Because now I can get the... I mean, the pump room's right there. So I could go drain the reservoir. I don't know if I have enough. Actually, I think I'm gonna go do that, because if I drain the reservoir, I have this now. Presumably it... Well, okay. Hegelian shitposting are mutual friend playing this game, Michael, told me that sometimes the walls get repaired. Do you know how often that happens? Does that happen consistently? Does this stay open? Or am I punishing myself by... Because I could just leave the reservoir empty. I just don't know if I'm gonna... Now the shoes work all the time. Of course they do. I'm gonna fill the well. I don't know if I ever need the well again, given that I have the foundation. Like, don't know, fam. I don't think I need the hammer again at the moment, though. So I am gonna put it back here just to make sure, for sure, that it never leaves my inventory again until I need it. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Because I believe him, but I just don't know. No, I don't need that. I need to pump the reservoir empty. Okay. Okay, and that means we can leave one unit in the tank if I do need to fill the fountain or the reservoir back to its previous size. Yeah. Going across the grounds has a higher likelihood of triggering the sandals, sneakers, whatever. All right, go this way. Panic there. Oh, does it need to be not completely empty? Or holy cow, that's a lot of chests. What are all these symbols? What? Oh, and I can walk through this water, huh? Anyway. The real question, would the hammer let me open these? There are duplicate chests, so surely it can't be a matter of... Because there are 2 black chests with moons and waves. 3 moon, 3 wave. Moon, wave, sun, moon. Moon, okay. So it looks like the blue sun chest is unique. Red moon. Red moon. Red sun. Red sun. Red sun, red sun. White sun. Sun. White waves. White waves. White waves. No white moon chest. So I think we'll open the blue sun chest to start, because that's the only one that's purely unique. Green memos and blue boxes are true. Okay. I don't think there were any black suns. There weren't any white moons. Box containing allowance tokens is white. We'll just open a white chest, I guess. Only one blue box in the water contains a memo with this true statement. Ah, fam. This is when the Queen's Gambit is necessary, I see. Can I come in here with a sledgehammer and open these chests? I'm guessing no, but if you know that, if you know the answer to that Hegelian shitting, I would take that. I'm also curious, I'm just curious, like, if I have water to here, can I paddle over to there? I mean, having full access, I can experiment a little bit. I could even go experiment now, theoretically. I'm gonna go deposit the Sanctum key first. What did you miss? I have the pump room. I went up to the pump, and yeah, the pump room here. I figured I would give it a shot, see if I could get the last Sanctum key that I theoretically have access to. Wait, so I have to know which door it is? again, you need to have the pump room. Okay. You know, the power of the pump room, I mean. Why is the music so much more intense here? If you power the pump room, you get access to the extra tank, and that gives you just enough water to make everything useful. Okay. Foggy. I mean, I have one of the tanks full. Both the reservoir and the fountain connect to both tanks, and so the second tank I have is full permanently, and I just don't use that water for anything else. Yeah, power the pump room, and it gives you access to an extra 6 storage things. I don't know what the Diamond Kingdom is. And so I don't know what sigil to make out of it. Because none of these things changes the sigil, or the center of the sigil. It all just changes the outside. So I assume I need to find whatever the diamond sigil is. I'm just scrolling through all of my pictures to see if it's shown up anywhere. Yeah, that would be my bet, is that the school series gives me more info on sigils in general. Yeah, but I picked this door because the Sanctum, the Room 46 puzzle says that the last one can be found. Or is it just here in front of us? there a square moat? It's kind of square, but... What rays would it be, though? Rainy, perhaps? Rainy rays? Looking for 3 on top. And 2 on the sides. That's almost it. A little too tired to tell at this point if they're repeating already, but I think they are. Yeah. Okay, I think this will also wait for another day. The last thing we're going to try, assuming we can get the steps to work, is we're going to go try filling the reservoir and it's rowing across. How many do we think? Do we think 4? What elevation do you think we need to pump this to? Because it looks like a little bit less than half. Because that looks about like what half would be. Maybe a little lower. So 4, maybe 5 feet. Oh, did I see that? This is probably, I mean, it's a suspicious placement for sure. Who's redeeming themselves with these outside trips, though? Just a little bit. We're still pissed at them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I think 5 is an okay estimate. So I confess, I looked it up and I need 6 units. I don't feel too bad about looking it up because I just wanted to go to bed but also wanted to see this. So I think the best way to get 6 to get 1 more unit. The kitchen is probably the best way to get 1. No, greenhouse. No, wait. Greenhouse. Only goes into tank 1. No, I'm dumb. Okay, I got it. You pump the kitchen into this one, I think, into whichever one, doesn't matter. You pump the kitchen in. Is that not it? You pump the kitchen in, and then you pump any other value into the same tank. So we'll put, I guess, a fountain, 1 fountain, and then you pump the kitchen back out. And then you're left with 1. Okay. So we'll drain the reservoir again if we have the steps. We're gonna go check out and see who that tunnel is. Okay. Can't skip this. Probably because I haven't done it yet. But... I only have 11 steps left, man. Safe house underground. I mean, when we're calling, is safety an RPG? That seems like a very American sentiment. Delete it. What does that mean? That is security, presumably. So we'll look at that camera and see what it's got. Marion Marigold. I don't know if we know these two. Again, brain kind of fried, so I'm not certain. Books, because they're nerds. I want to know if that means you can use the power hammer on the precipice and just give easy access to the king whenever you want. We seek what's in the shade of truth. Oh. The Royal Museum of the City of Fen. Gateway carriage escape room. Okay, so yeah, these people, this is proof that they robbed the gems. So I'll need the magnifying glass to come down here at some point with. Got a couple of names. White Pharaoh and Marigold. Hanning. That's delightful, though. Hey, there is a sanctum key down here. It has now been 6 months. 6 months of living in this air-choked cavern of boredom and dread. 6 months that we said our silent goodbyes to our families. 6 months of planning, 6 months of rehearsal, 6 months of heartache, but no regrets. Everyone who knows me intimately thinks I have left the country. Everyone else assumes me dead. Maybe that's all that is left for us. The long walk and steps leading up to the gallows. A steep price to pay for ideals, I can see, but a price that somehow seems cheaper and less cruel than another 2 fortnights bunkered down here beneath the sand and soot. And yet, as I write this, I've never felt so close to the sky in my dreams. Tomorrow we will reclaim our birthright. Tomorrow the crown of Arinda, and will finally return to Oris. The first step is taken. The first step taken is half the journey. May the black shores guide us. Oof. Edgy, Mary. Edgy. But reasonable, I guess. I support the fight against fascism. Royal Station. I mean, further proof that they're deposed. They are the deposed kings. Excuse me. Kingsdale Lake. Botanical Gardens. The high pressure control condenser patent looked kind of like that. Platform 8. Royal Station. The L is gone and the A is partially missing. Okay, so again, I need to come back here with a magnifying glass. And I need to check out security, and I need to take the power hammer there. Crazy stuff. Hegelian shooting. Had you gotten there before? Have you been in here? You implied that you didn't know how many water tiers we needed to get in. Yeah. Anyone have an opinion on which door I should open? I had assumed that each door specifically corresponded to one specific key, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Open N Nevari. That was the phrase on the... Yeah, Oben Nevari. that was the phrase that Herbert Sinclair left on the "in case of inheritance" letter. I'd never seen that before. If everyone has opinions, I probably will just open the far left one to balance out the one that I opened. Last call. Okay, so each one is a seal, and so presumably those pillars don't matter. But I think I do have this seal that I can solve. Because this one's in the precipice. Yeah, we got this. We do need Bobby. That is the right gray. Oh no, crap. I misclicked. I forgot that I needed to press the button to input my answer. More allowance. More Ajay box, the Arendi Ares variation. The overwhelming amount of artifacts bearing the Arendi Ares sigil that were destroyed after the war. More Ajay puzzle boxes featuring the infamous black symbol are among the rarest and most valuable collections wide. Black tiles are pressed, the entire row shifts to the right as if on train rails. Okay, I'm just going to start a new page here at the end of the inner sync, though. But what's the goal? Ah. As the corners flip each other. No! Man, that took way too long. And I had it earlier, too. I don't know if it even matters. I don't know if it even matters. Black Ridge. Black Ridge. That could be big. Mount Holly Estate in care of Ann Babbage, running to then Aries 63080. 8 realms in 8 months. The objective was simple enough, but in what order, what route, and where to start? Questions like these are ones I'd had to ignore, as planning is never my strong suit. Well then, in the true spirit of adventure, I have departed, forsaking both map and plan, and as it happens, the route is taking me south. It seems fitting to begin the journey by visiting a fragment of the Old Kingdom landmark as Blackened Realm as it is a name. The story I feel closely connected to, Herbert. Oh. So the 8 angels are likely to be relevant too. Okay. I think I'm just going to call it a day here. The question is whether do I want to have the reservoir completely drained for the foreseeable future and be able to bring down more keys in my spare moments, like when I have a bad run and I can just drop all my keys off in these lock boxes, or whether I think that I'm going to get the magnifying glass before I'm going to have a run where I end with a lot of keys. But also, okay, the 6th in a station left by one of your own. That could have been the one that I got at that across the boat, because that's a train station, right? And then there's the 4th down below beneath all the docks. Doesn't qualify as beneath all the docks. The feeling I get is not to drain it all, that I think I'm going to get the magnifying glass pretty quickly. I don't think there's anything else I can do. Well, okay. I could test my luck with the shoes. I think I would have enough steps even without the shoes. The picture in that safe house had a picture of what looked like the chess pieces. Because it's just 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That could be a huge risk, honestly. I probably don't want to make that risk. Are you hungry? I think I'm just gonna have to play it safe. I don't think I can risk losing the power hammer after all of this effort to get it, so. Feels kind of weak, but I'm gonna get the coat check again at some point. And now that I have the guarantee of it being there, I can do it any day, so. Yeah. I'm just gonna wipe my hands and be done for now. Thank you for watching this impromptu and long stream. But I got more done, and I'm still excited to keep playing this game when I have time. I recently, starting on Monday, I'm going to have a very different work schedule that's going to leave me a lot of extra time. I have had mixed feelings about whether I can get a video out this month at this point. Obviously I have the time, but to the video would benefit from me being able to get my own footage of Legend of Zelda games, which I have been playing recently, and I'm not going to be able to binge all of those games productively in the time before the end of the month. So my choices are because I've downloaded other people's footage, and I can attribute their footage to them and have that be fine, potentially. Anyway, I can do that. I can make a different kind of video, which again, I would have time to do at this point, but I don't know what I would do explicitly. Or I just screw it and say that this month has been very weird and very taxing on me. And I don't make a video this month. So we'll see. We'll see what it comes to. Monday, I'm planning to stream more Wind Waker. I have a bunch of friends that are going to be playing pickleball Monday afternoon, evening, and so I'll probably either be streaming during the day or I'll stream later in the afternoon, evening. We'll see how I feel tomorrow or on Monday. I'm going to be sleeping in a lot, and then again Wednesday and Thursday will be another Breath of the Wild stream. I think Wednesday, if I feel up to it, maybe I'll binge Blueprints. Just spend a long day playing Blueprints. We'll see. We'll see. Honestly, I'm not sure what the schedule holds, so Monday for sure, Wind Waker. And then Thursday, almost for sure, Breath of the Wild. Other than that, we'll see. So, again, thank you for watching. I will hopefully see you all again. Bye.